We are now.
Okay, welcome back for those hundreds of thousands of people who are viewing us on YouTube. So we have agreed item 8, which was on UK property portfolio, and now we move to item 9, which is on our risk management annual review. And I will invite one of our officers, Nathan Rowlingson, to introduce this item, but I will remind members of the committee, if you want to discuss items related to Mercer's presentation on the exempt appendix 1, we will have to then unfortunately go back into exempt session and come off YouTube. So Nathan, over to you.
Great, thank you. So this is our annual review of the risk management strategies, where the panel would take any proposed changes to the committee. No recommendation of the existing framework on the LDI mandate, as it was revised pretty recently in line with the liability benchmark refresh following the 2019 valuation. There are, however, significant market and structural risks to the future path of inflation. So you'll see Mercer recommending we increase the level of inflation hedging outside of the existing trigger framework. And I'll leave it to them to explain the details of the proposal if and when we move into exempt session. Just before we do, on the equity protection strategy, at its last meeting, panel agreed to implement a total return swap on a custom index as the preferred way of implementing a dynamic approach, and a formal proposal with the design of that strategy is going to be coming to the next meeting. Worth noting too that post-period end, the collateral top-up test was breached due to equity markets continuing to rise, which has the effect of eroding our collateral buffer. Although having said that, the position has since strengthened as equity markets have fallen over the first couple of weeks of September. So Mercer officers and the manager BlackRock are currently looking at whether we need to prepare to synthesize a portion of the assets we hold in the QIF for this very reason, or whether, given the slight strengthening in the collateral position since the breach, we could essentially take no action. And I can give a verbal update on where we are with this at full committee, as this paper is also taken to committee. So yes, I think in order to discuss the Mercer report, we're now going to have to move into exempt.
Thank you very much, Nathan. So the panel, having been satisfied that the proposed public interest would be better served by not disclosing relevant information, proposes, in accordance with the provisions of the section 100 brackets A brackets 4 of the Local Government Act 1974, that the public should be excluded from the meeting for this item of business because of the lack of disclosure of exempt information as defined in paragraph 3 of part 1 of schedule 12A of the Act as amended. So that is what I will propose as chair. Can I see a seconder?
Second, Chair.
Thank you very much, Councillor Bruce-Shern. And if you disagree, I will take it as majority that we will go into exempt. If you disagree, please type in may abstain or against in the chat function. I'll just give people a little while, I assume. Nope, I'm not seeing anyone abstaining or voting against, although Chris, have you just put in that, or was that a previous one?
Yeah, sorry, Sean, just wanted to confirm, are you okay for the Brunel team to drop off after the,
yes,
the property presentation then?
Yeah,
rather
sorry about that. Yeah,
session.
thank you very much for your contribution.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah,
thank you all for your time.
Take care, sorry, bye-bye.
Thanks, bye-bye.
So like I say, no one has voted to abstain or vote against, so therefore we will go into exempt session, and as soon as that's done, Mark, we will carry on and